What's up everybody, Akame here with my buddy here, iPal, or as we see him as OvOGodSpeed. And what we're going to be going on today is we're going to be discussing a top 10 most annoying or most competitive OP characters possible in the Storm community, and why we think they're OP, how to deal with it, and what exactly makes them specifically OP in their own specific traits. And here with us, iPal. He would like to say a few words as well within the video, so be sure to let go, iPal. Express yourself.
My name is OvOGodSpeed.
What he said. Alright.
Hello, people. I know you guys see me right here. Legend of the world.
Really? Really?
We're here today to help y'all get y'all's Naruto Storm playstyles in a swirl.
Matt.
Yes, right. Do you like POVs?
Meh.
I like HDTVs.
Who doesn't?
Me.
Anyways, guys, let's just hop into it. So as we know, with this Gaara, he has the bullshit sand showers that pretty much go through almost every jutsu. Not the only thing, but also his range. As you can see, it practically reaches not even... yeah, that range was a little too close. Like, that just makes him one of the most annoying characters to deal with, especially with his up combo, I think. What? That's his up combo, right, iPal?
What?
With the shurikens? No, that's not it. That was his neutral, I think. Yeah. But yeah, with this Gaara, he has his bullshit range. Then we have his jutsu that, like I said, goes through most jutsus as it is. And it could easily be abused and put a lot of pressure on opponents. Now, how to deal with this, personally, I would deal with more on the distance side of playing, such as like playing with Minato, even though he's not like all that, not competitive, but he's not all that complicated. He's one of those few characters that are good for keeping distance and doing setups, using Gaara, fighting against Gaara. What the hell am I saying? How do you think of dealing with the situation?
Well, how I feel about dealing with the situation personally, playing against Gaara is a matter of, depending on your skill level or not, playing against him could also be a matter of playing health lead game. Like, once you get health lead, you kind of let him come to you and see how it works out. Either that, or you could take advantage of his first two hits right here. Actually, let me go, as you can see right there, they changed it, so he actually doesn't touch you until the third hit. So you can actually take advantage, so go ahead and hit me, or that hit it. But actually, there's a part... there you go. You can take advantage of the second hit right there,
yep,
and then go in, because they changed his hitbox a little bit post-patch, not pre-patch, but post-patch they changed his hitbox a little bit, very slightly. So you can actually get in on his second hit right there, second or third, and you can actually dash straight through.
Alrighty, people. So at number 9 we have Sasuke the Last. Now, people might be feeling a little disappointed for the fact that he's so low into the list. But unfortunately, there have been other players who were actually far exceeding that of the last Sasuke. Even the last Naruto actually surpasses the last Sasuke to some degree. And that's kind of disappointing, to say the least, for some people here, and may disagree. But with the last Sasuke, he has his decent, pretty far range first kick. But after that, he actually could be easily vulnerable and could be easily targeted for attacks. He has a quick releasing jutsu, but anything else besides that, his tags, for example, has a good setup, but overall doesn't really have that much really going for him. iPal, what do you think?
I agree. The only thing that he has going for him is his first hit, and that's not even, as you can see, it's not even, oh fuck, it's not even that good, really, personally, because I mean, you can time his button mash, but not really. Just like Akame, go ahead and start button mashing. You can dash him right there. He's vulnerable right there.
Yeah.
He's even vulnerable right there. Not only that, go ahead, start attacking me. On guard. Like, you can even actually counter dash that, I think.
You can.
Let me try. Yeah, you can counter dash that, number one. Not only can you counter dash it, you can do a multiple things.
You could easily set up right before he's about to do his Almighty, not Almighty, but Universal Pull. Yeah.
Go ahead, do it again. You can even do stuff like this.
Yeah.
You can even do stuff like that to get out of it. It's just a lot. Last Sasuke, he's a good character, but in terms of everything considered, the fact that he has a few gaps, he has part in his combos where he actually is not safe. Like, he himself is vulnerable to attack. Then not only that, and you can see, go ahead, don't sub anything. He doesn't do that much damage, as you can see. Whereas last Naruto, hang on, you know, look, that compared to this, you know, like with
that's about almost half of the damage. So that's like not even all that significant. Yeah. But with the last Sasuke, there's ways to make him feel like he's overpowered, for, say, for example, using his up combo, because a lot of people would abuse it with the Fire Dragon, because that thing has a weird back hit priority. Oh, wait, no, wait. He doesn't have this one. Oh, that's the other Sasuke. My bad, people.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah.
And then it's like, the only thing decent about last Sasuke is the fact that he has a decent, his hitbox is it's okay.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, his jutsu, that's really his main key point.
Yeah.
The fact that you can do things like, oh, my fault. Well, regardless, you can do things like that.
Yeah, you could easily switch into his jutsu to make it seem like he has dominant priority and all, but overall, like iPal has stated, he's not the best of the competitive players and has a lot of flaws after the first kick of his combos. He doesn't have much really going for him. He's lucky enough to even have a decent item setup to make him decent enough to be in a competitive field. And on top of that, his ultimate is very simple to dash into. It's very rare to easily actually get hit with his ultimate. So it's not like...
Even his ultimate, you're not going to really do much against it. Like,
yeah.
It actually messes up a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta like backflip a lot and then do the ultimate. It's like you can't actually do it right in front, otherwise he'll go across you. Which is unfortunate.
Well, yeah, but it just, I don't know. His ultimate's inconsistent, and the reason why he is very low is just because the only reason why you actually see him in competitive play is because of this.
Yeah, it's just his fireball, which has an immense, large, like, tracking, and it's just a big-ass fireball.
That's why you see him. That's the only real reason. If his jutsu is different, you actually wouldn't even see him like that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even see him like that if his jutsu is different.
Yeah. And I agree. Because every last Sasuke, for as far as I know, just loves using the fireball, and that seems to be his only reason for being on the competitive field to begin with, besides his first hit, but his first hit, again, is not all that great. If you could just avoid that first kick, you're Gucci, pretty much. You could do whatever you want after that.
Now, the only thing that they can possibly do to you is this. Block. Try and get out of it, okay?
Alright.
See the gap. That's the only thing they can really do to you is that. That's really it. Either that or they could block again. They could do that.
They could do that. The problem with that is that like there's a good chance that you could predict it and counter it. But if you're not fast enough, then it's going to be in your opponent's favor. But if you're in a quick reflexive state, it's easy to counter. As long as you, like, read your opponent, that is. Don't just blindly just counter, thinking, oh, every time he leader switches, let me just counter. No, just read your opponent. So, with number 8, we have Pain. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking. How is he better than the last Sasuke? Well, hear us out, people. With Pain, he has a pretty good, decent range, and he's got his rods, which are actually kind of annoying if you try to dash, because that will actually hit you for some reason. Don't know why, but it happens. But with Pain, he has a lot of setups, especially with his up combo. You can easily do offensive guard pressure with it. And I think his down combo. I could be wrong. But iPal has a lot more experience using Pain than I do, so he'll explain more of the information as we go along. So iPal, start us off.
Well, number one about Pain, the real reason why he's over last Sasuke is due to a lot of things. His jutsu, pretty decent. It's one of the best jutsus ever in the game. Not only that, his tool set, as you can see, his tool set is way better than last Sasuke's. Way better.
Because you have his attack pill, which increases his chances of getting his kills quicker. You got, well, commonly the guard break pill, but besides that, you got paper bomb for good distance purposes, and then you got the attack down just in case somebody likes to play aggressive. And it could be used for multiple manners, and where you could just do attack for whatever reason you may want to continue another combo.
And last Sasuke, he's vulnerable. Go ahead, dash me, Kane. Okay, hang on. Now do it.
You see right there? If you dash him after his first, like, rod, after that, he could easily hit you with his weird elbow. It's weird. Yeah, you see there? You can easily time it. You can very easily time it because of his range, people.
Yeah, it's very easy to time his button mash. Last Sasuke, you have to put a little bit, not even a little bit, you have to put a lot more effort into it. He's only good when he's right on your guard. Pain is just good all around.
Yeah, he has a tilt to bring you closer to opponents. You could do a lot of maneuvers. You could use his almighty push for close combat reasons. You could use his almighty push for distance reasons. He's a well-balanced character overall.
He also has the guard pressure. Go ahead, block. That's like that right there is where you can counter it.
Yep.
But he has a part in his combos where, again, you can just actually, you know, just keep it going.
You can keep it going, but the problem with it is that through time, eventually, like, the character will be slowed down. You have an opportunity to counter, so try to look for that opportunity at times.
And then I will show this little tip with him. He actually has, I don't know what to really call it. We'll just call it a team switch stun. I'm gonna hit this for you people because I need to show you that this. There we go.
There we go.
That's what you call like a team switch stun. Yep. I know multiple characters have it. Now I don't know where to say where the others are. But as you can see, that's what it looks like. Well, yeah, that is a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. But yeah, with Pain, he has a combo cancel too on top of that, so that makes it worthwhile. But you don't really need to always depend on combo cancels to always win a battle. You could find ways to make it seem like a combo cancel by just using your team. That was just a little something I had to put out there.
Alright. Well, the real way to get around Pain is sort of, you have to really pick and choose when you dash him. Like I said, depending on how far your knowledge of the game goes, you kind of gotta pick and you gotta pick and choose moments where you can dash him.
Personally, what I would do.
Huh?
No, you go on. I accidentally.
Go ahead and start hitting it.
Alright, I was gonna say that with Pain, if I know somebody that I know personally likes to use Pain as like a main or whatever, and I keep it to my advantage knowing that like they're experienced with it, I would personally go with Nagato knowing that he's practically the same as Pain, just slightly better, and could possibly get Pain for a run of his money if he possibly has the opportunity to. But yeah. Because with Nagato, he has a far hitbox range and is very annoying. Especially with, say like you dash your opponent, he has like a weird thing that goes on that like he could still hit you, knowing that he has a bit more reach. So that's what makes Nagato really annoying against Pain. But with Pain, he has a bit faster, a hitbox than the last Sasuke, so sometimes you just gotta, like iPal said, sometimes you just gotta pick and choose when you actually dash or just get into Pain. But yeah.
Go ahead and start hitting. I can show them times where you can't. Go ahead and just start hitting. It's like you can try and get in on Pain right before the third hit, before he throws out the pole. And then even that sometimes, that little part right there can't even touch you. And you can also dash right after that. But let's just get into the next guy. And then also, after his third hit where he throws the pole, you can actually tilt after that, depending on what character you have. But Pain is just a character where, due to his hitbox being so big, you gotta pick and choose where the right moment is to dash.
People, so coming at number 7, we have the last Naruto. Now this Naruto, we've all seen him in action. His bullshit freaking massive long-range Rasengan barrage jutsus. He has a good he has a good guard break combo, actually. Not guard break combo, but he has a good guard pressure, is more like it. iPal can actually show you what it is.
No, you got it right, iCal. Stop. Oh, wait, what?
With the last Naruto, he has a guard pressure move, right? I think it was his up combo, then jump or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his guard pressure is pretty simple. Go ahead, block.
Like right there, practically my guard is already at the verge of being broken by just that one combo alone and a dash. That's what makes him really annoying. And after that, you can simply just try to do a jutsu.
Let me break your guard. Let me break your guard. Bit.
There we go.
Alright, there we go. Alright, so basically, block. This is a real good way to break somebody's guard.
Yeah, and to do that, what you gotta do is you gotta expect your opponent to guard, and what you do is you dash them, and once when you rebound off of their guard, you're just doing a jutsu. So pretty much this is how it would be. Oh, I fucked it up, hold up. Why is he doing it? Wait. There we go. Pretty much, it's a simple tactic, you just gotta practice it a little bit to get the maneuver.
And then, basically, last Naruto, again, why he's been placed above characters even like Pain is due to the fact that last Naruto has, like, in my honest opinion, the second best jutsu in the game. In my honest opinion, because it can be used for things such as staying away. It can be used for things such as even block for me.
Sure.
You know my dumbass fucking. There we go.
Yeah, you can easily do stuff like that to pressure the guard even more by just simply switching and continuing your combo. And knowing that that's like practically a guaranteed guard break, you can easily just go for an ultimate too, if you're really playing competitive. So that's what makes him really broken.
Not only that, due to the fact, even if you pick him as your lead character, you also have a very good tool set with a defense down and an attack up. Hang on, they need to see how much this does. Just the down combo has done that.
Just the down combo is practically that of an ultimate jutsu, so that's making him really insanely powerful.
That's why he's been put above characters such as Pain and last Sasuke due to the fact his jutsu is good. His tilt lunges him forward and actually gives him a slight invincibility frame. Slight.
Yeah, but it's very faint. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's very faint. But not only that, he has a jutsu that can be used to take people off, play defensively.
Yeah.
And not only that, it can actually be used defensively and offensively as well. You can play, really, last Naruto as a character, it doesn't matter the playstyle, he suits everybody.
Pretty much. He's an all-rounder character, pretty much, is what we're saying, people. He's not one of those, oh, you really gotta really practice the living shit just to master this Naruto. This Naruto's an all-rounder, both in jutsu and in combos. So he's actually that's why he's number 7 on this list and actually surpasses the last Sasuke.
And just like characters such as last Sasuke, going back to him, his combos actually drop after a few hits or so.
Right.
Last Naruto's combos, they never drop.
Yeah.
They all go to the end.
Yep.
All of them go straight to the end.
Yeah.
Which is why he's been put above characters such as Pain, last Sasuke, Peach, Gaara.
Yep. The only thing about the last Sasuke that could actually somewhat make him stand a chance against this Naruto personally is, well, it also depends on how you are with the last Sasuke versus this Naruto. But say like you're just an aggressive Sasuke the last player and you just like to dash the person. Personally, you may want to like kind of bait out your combos just a little bit to the point where once it gets to the gravitational pull, that's a good opportunity for you to possibly get back at Naruto. But anything else besides that, that's really all that Sasuke has against this Naruto. But anything else besides that, Naruto still has the major advantage against the last Sasuke.
And then one thing that last Sasuke does have against him, go ahead, Jutsu.
It's just this jutsu, because that jutsu goes through everything, practically. Unless it's another Amaterasu type jutsu.
Yep.
So, the only characters that could actually counteract that kind of jutsu would basically just be Itachi. Or Madara. Or Madara Sage of Six Paths, because his is like a dimension warp jutsu. Alright, so how to deal with this Naruto? iPal could kind of tell you. I mean, again, it just depends on the player and how you are.
How to deal with this Naruto? This Naruto, I'll be straight up with you. You're not supposed to really fight this dude.
Yeah, you gotta play more of a distance, personally.
Don't really fight this dude unless you have the overall advantage.
Yep.
And not only that, unless you're really just good at using switch tech and stuff. I could have ended that. God damn it. But I guess that gives me time to explain this more. So basically. Yep. With last Naruto, due to the fact his hitbox, go ahead, dash me. Basically, due to the fact that when you counter dash somebody mid combo, it's a little bit hard. The game doesn't allow you to really get out your combo a lot. So he's a really good button masher. So go ahead, dash again. I messed that up. Do it again. There we go.
Yeah, you see like right there. Again, it just requires timing, so all you gotta do is just go to training, just put your opponent setting on Chakra Dash, or full Chakra Dash. I forgot what it's actually called when it's a full Chakra Dash, but just practice on that, and then try to practice your timing for when you start your combos. Just know your opponent, not your opponents, but your own range of your character. And if you could master it, then this Naruto is really practically almost unstoppable. Alright, so coming at number 6, we have Danzo. You know, the person that a lot of people hate in the anime and probably in this game as well. So basically, what makes him really annoying, personally, from my analysis of the game and my experience, it's one of his basic tactics, and it's his tilt, which is very, very annoying when it comes to a defensive player, because defensive players don't like to play offensive. They like to keep their distance at all times. So using this is a good example of trying to keep your distance. However, there are ways around it, such as that that specific frame where he is still lunged down after the tilt. Like iPal over here could actually dash after the second wave, or actually the first wave. So iPal, you go. Like you see right there, that's a vulnerable spot there. So all you gotta really do is just like jump around it and just dash, and then that's the end of that tilt. But in a distance game, it's very annoying to deal with. Another thing to deal with this Danzo is actually his jutsu. Now his jutsu, on the other hand, is also the same, practically the same function for similar to his tilt. And pretty much those two mechanics alone is what makes him almost into the list. The other thing that makes him into the list is actually his awakening stage, which is very abusive in times, also in rank and in competitive field gaming. But iPal, do you have anything to say about Danzo?
Danzo as a character, his moveset is not as bad as other characters. That's why his spot is at number 6. It's not terrible. However, what puts him above a character such as last Naruto is mainly the fact that his tilt is pretty good. Danzo actually does go through. He actually does go through the Rasengan Super Barrage. If any of you did not know that, he actually does do that. I know we don't have him here to actually show that as proof, but believe me, it does happen. And things such as his tilt, which can be combined into a number of setups, you can.
Yeah, like it also has a stun, so that's what makes him a little bit more annoying. So if you like, say like you're a styler, or just like you like to use leader switch mechanic to your advantage, Danzo has that tilt, and you can just easily go for another combo, or just do whatever you like afterwards. So,
and then not like I said, like a comic said too, his jutsu is really good. But I know what a lot of players do. Go ahead, block. They go ahead. They do a quick jutsu. Just again, and it's very hard to sub. Not only that, it has a very good damage output as well. And then again, just like a lot of other characters that have been based upon this list, he has a very good tool moveset or item set. I don't know why I said moveset, but his item set is very good because he can play defensively against you and he can keep his distance, or he can put his speed up and actually,
How'd that hit me? How'd that first one hit me is what they like to know. But anyways, but pretty much Danzo, even though primarily from what I recognize of Danzo, he's basically a defensive player, but he also goes the other way around and play offense if he really has to. Based on the pills, with his pills, he has the speed pill, and he has the defensive up pill. And on top of that, to keep distance, he has the fire tag, which keeps people at bay, which means that in the defensive field, that's kind of to your advantage, knowing that you can do the tilt or jutsu, or just do whatever else you can to possibly keep your game from less violence as possible. But, no, go ahead, iPal.
Okay, well, basically, there's really only one. To fight against Danzo, like I said, his hitbox is not that good, so fighting against him actually isn't hard. It's just a matter of you just playing him. And then his one thing about his jail, he actually does not have a very good jail because, go ahead, attack me, Akame.
Yeah, like that, he could easily be countered. The instant he's about to... I think that was the third kick. I mean, the third hit, right?
Yes, third kick.
Yeah, it's the third hit of when you tap O. So after the third, right before the kick would land, you could just easily counter that. That's his... pretty much his punishment there. He doesn't have a strong jail, just like iPal over here said. And he's not... that's not the only combo I think that you could also do it against Danzo. I think he has it in his up and down as well, but... I could be wrong in that one. Try, block real quick. Yeah, that was his, up attempt. So pretty much what I'm assuming with this Danzo was that, during the few steps of his combo, he starts out with a neutral and then fades out into either the up or down. So either way, he doesn't have a good priority setup. He only has, like, one motion until further into the combo.
And... if you see this video and you actually, after hearing this, Danzo is a character that you're actually interested in playing, the fact that he has that counter gap in his combos is actually not a bad thing. It's not that bad to get around, such as this is the way to get around it. Go ahead and block.
Yeah, you can easily bait it out. Pretty much that's the bait mechanic that people will do.
You can easily bait it out, whether it be, go ahead and block again.
Okay.
Whether it be a jutsu or ultimate jutsu or whatever, you can easily bait that out and punish them for attempting to bait you out with that. And lastly, let's get into his awakening. Give me Danzo awakening state fast.
Alright, sure.
Alright. So people, with his awakening state, obviously he has the one-hit kill mechanic. The only one-hit kill mechanic. You actually can't even dash him. Go ahead and try and dash. You can never dash him. So, as long as he has that, he can do things like this. He actually has things like that. And his ultimate jutsu, his right attack, the tetragram seal, is actually supposed to kill him if he has no subs and he uses it. But the thing is, your opponent can just dash right out of that. So it's kind of stupid that to even think about that. The only thing that I can tell you while thinking about playing a Danzo Awakening, you play keep away as much as you possibly can. That's really all I can tell you about Danzo.
Yeah.
In terms of his awakening.
Personally, what I do with Danzo, since my subconscious tells me, okay, he's a Danzo player, people are probably most likely going to wait with him, I would kind of wait for them to come to me. I wouldn't really go to them.
Go ahead, awaken. We can show them this again. But it's just like, you can't dash him. This is how normally I would play against Danzo. Just try and catch me. that Danzo is just a character you have to actually try and run away from him as best as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that you're not really gonna fight him necessarily, because he has priority over everything you do. Every support you send out, he has priority over it.
Especially his combos make him have vast range, so that's what makes him very annoying. So we most likely want to keep our distance. It's not a fight game that most people want to deal with because, again, he has a tetragram seal, and once when you're hit with it, you have the possibility of being killed with it. But again, like Ipal said, there's a potential use of that being backfired by you just simply dashing back. But, again, what makes him annoying in that awakening stage is his vast range of his neutral combo and his jutsu, pretty much. So again, you don't really want to fight the awakening, you want to keep your distance as much as possible. Alrighty people, so with number 5, we got the sexy Yukito in her 40s apparently. And with this Yukito apparently, she has a decent like item shuriken like setup. It's good for like keeping people at bay if needed. Her items, however, it's good for keeping pressure because you have the speed down tag and you have the speed up pill, which makes up for making people seem like, okay, this Yukito, well, apparently she's very freaking fast now. Because my speed has dropped tremendously and she increased her speed, so I'm going to be screwed in an aggressive fashion. But what actually makes her stand out, personally, from my analysis, is this damn tilt. This tilt of hers is easy to maneuver, and it is one of those things that are good for opponents that like to play aggressively and like try to chakra dash, or like Ipal dash. Like that right there, if you try to dash, even though that was a bad example of it, if he were to do it at the time where, see like right there, that was a perfect example. When you try to dash, if you're an aggressive player versing this Yukito, good luck because this is practically all you're going to deal with. All of that. It's just a very abusive and simple mechanic to do that a lot of people just get annoyed with. And another thing about her is her priority. She's a very fast combo user, so she's very useful for aggressive tactics and defense, but primarily I think mostly on the offensive. Ipal, anything you want to say?
Well, Yukito as a character, her hitbox is alright. It's not too bad. She does outmash the best character in the game, which we will get to. She does outmash him on... She does outmash him on first hit because her hitbox is very good in a sense. It really just depends on the situation sometimes with her. If you try and outmash her, it's a 50-50 chance you could win it, you could not.
Yeah. And another thing I've actually left out is her air combo. Her air combo is actually very, very annoying in the right hands. Like, if you try to sub that, there's, if you sub it in a certain way, there's a possibility she can actually strike you back down, unfortunately.
And basically, going off of Yukito now that was kind of cool. But going off how to fight a character like her, what you have to realize, going off of what Akame said, going up against a very aggressive player, and Yukito will just tilt spam the entire time. Just tilt, tilt, tilt. So watch this. You can catch Yukito off guard.
Right, you can. It's just that you gotta time, like, once when she flips, pretty much, that's when you can pretty much, oh no, that's a lie. I think once when she flips, she releases it. So once when she, once when the gravity starts to bring her down more, that's when you could start, dashing, but you gotta be a little bit distance away to do it, because if you're too close, the tilt is gonna hit you instead.
And then, what Yukito players actually do a lot, they actually get scared and they'll tilt right here, which is actually out of the range of, you know.
Right.
So basically, what I take advantage of, if I've already shown to the player that I'm already on them, they get scared and they tilt right there.
Yeah, like you see, like when I attacked and he did a tilt, it missed entirely. That tilt is supposed to be a distance kind of thing, so it's only meant for players who are about to try to come at you with a chakra dash, or say, for example, like Rasengan. I think Rasengan and Chidori get hit with this kind of stuff still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if you were to do like a charging, like physical jutsu, like a Chidori, Rasengan, Lightning Blade, etc., or Lariat, And if Yukito's on the field, this is gonna easily repel it and you take damage back. And pretty much, you're in a weird loop like Izanami, pretty much. You're just gonna deal with this entire... See, look at all these dirty freaking fireworks that we're doing with these mouses. But anyways, as for dealing with Yukito, it's, like he said, it's not that easy. It's... If you're an aggressive player, Yukito's definitely the advantage player for that, because it's all about pretty much just keeping distance with her. And then when they get too close, that's when you can get aggressive, because she is very good with priority. Look, I can easily flip out of that just to do something. Leader switch out, and then just do what I can. Alrighty, so coming at number 4, we have the one and only, a lot of people love this man, both in anime and in the game, Sage Mode Hashmi Rama. Now with Sage Mode Hashmi Rama, as you can see, iPal is just practicing mash combos. That man's, the instant that man hits you, it's practically almost you can't get out of it. There's only one way out of it, and that's if you can let the game do it for you. But another thing that really makes him kind of annoying is this. And it's his Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu, which could easily be abused and good for keeping distance or try to keep opponents in a odd feeling that when you're in an offensive manner, it's just gonna bring you into like some case of doing free ult, what the hell is it? Okay, iPal, like dash in the jump guard in the air. Like pretty much with this Hashmi Rama, what you can do is, once when that happens, you know their opponent's guard is vulnerable, so you could easily go for another dash if you really have to, but sometimes there's those opportunities where you can actually counter it. So sometimes you may want to feel like you gotta bait it. But like, another thing that makes him OP actually is like this, for example. Do his full combo, I'm gonna sub like some point into the combo, and then you'll see that's still gonna continue. Oh, never mind. I must have did it wrong. Okay, I know where it is. Alright, so it's like right... Wait, what?
Wrong combo.
No, it's like in the middle of the combo, like, when you dash, and you do the full combo, when the golem's about to, like, strike or something, it's when you sub and you still get hit.
I think you're referring to the down combo.
Is this down? Hold on, continue the combo? I need to see the whole thing again. Oh. Okay, I guess I was wrong then. That's kind of weird. It happens to me a lot.
I don't know, it happens. That's just the game though. But,
yeah.
Okay, so, number 1 about Sage Hashmi Rama. What do I have to say about this dude? That's flat out, he OP. So basically, now that you know everything that he has available to him, such as, you guys don't know a few things. So he actually has a jail, but this is a very advanced type of thing due to the fact you need to have the speed to stop it. It's actually right there, but this is, alright, go ahead, block. He actually has a jail that's very hard to like do because you have to have the reaction time to stop in their face like that. Alright, there we go.
Yeah.
And even other players like myself have trouble like just you actually have to have the reaction time to stop in their face like that. Which doesn't always work half.
Yeah, another, this is like a little basic thing to do. This is just to help everybody's fundamental in the game. Normally, like when you chakra dash, you don't want to sometimes like just go at them. Like see how iPal is already prepared to block? Sometimes you just want to fake it by just actually being right near them and just starting another combo. And iPal does it commonly to me too, so it's a very effective maneuver. Like you see, like he just stopped right in the brink before he would have dashed my guard.
And then actually you guys just saw me stop the combo right there and stop the dash or so.
Yeah.
And so now let's get into actually how to fight him.
Yeah.
To actually fight him, I'm gonna be real with you, unless you're good at team switching, fighting this dude is a lost cause. There's only really one good place you can dash this dude. Go ahead, start dashing. That's really the only part where you're dashing that dude.
Pretty much.
Any other time. Go ahead, mash again. Any other time. Well, that I just did it again with the part. Okay, any other time. There we go. It's not really gonna work.
Yep, pretty much.
I need to show you guys, most of the people use the Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu with Hashmi Rama. Go ahead and do the jutsu real quick, just so they know. Most people, for people who have trouble with that jutsu, I'm gonna show you something very cool here. Go ahead and do it and, you know.
Just switch, I think, right?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. When you do it, switch again, and dash at me and try to mash. And I fuck it up. Alright. But actually no. Switch to Rama. When he comes back using us support.
Alright.
And then try. People, I know some of you guys have trouble with this, and most of you don't know about this. Go ahead.
Alright, use Hashirama as the support?
Yeah, and then try to mash me up. I know that is the trick right there. No matter what happens, Akame will never get first hit on me. Ever. If you block the whole thing of that Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu, it actually gives the person who it happened to, who blocked the jutsu, and gives that person an invincibility frame for a quick second.
Yeah, pretty much.
You take advantage of that quick second. And you can take big advantage too. That's why if you ever see somebody in the top players using that jutsu, you see them do another jutsu switch right after due to the fact that they know they cannot fight them up close because they have given them that invincibility frame.
Yeah. Alrighty, people. So now for number 3, we're finally in the top 3 most overpowered competitive players in the whole Storm community itself. In Storm 4 anyway, that is. We have Storm 3 Kakashi. Now, I know what you're thinking, probably, how is Storm 3 Kakashi really broken? Well, that's what me and IPEL are here for, and I know for a fact that this one here has a juggle. You can see he has a basic juggle there, but that's not really what makes him OP. What really makes him OP, I think, was his air combo, if I remember right. Was it, IPEL?
Nah.
Or was it his guard pressure?
It's just him as a character in general. So basically, go ahead and try and dash me. Fuck, now do it.
See, like that right there?
Basically, he has an invisible hitbox, and don't worry about the term invisible. Basically, he has a part where the combo hits. It's like his combo's not really connecting, but you're still getting hit anyway.
Yeah.
And then also he has a jail that not many characters have due to the fact of this game being post-patch and not pre-patch. So it's very easy to do. Even though my dumbass just messed it up, it's very easy to do. But still, it's very easy to do. Regardless. But basically, okay, actually it's right there, my fault. That's where it is. Hang on. Block. Yeah, it's in the other part. It's not in the up combo. It's in the
yeah, pretty much. Yep, it's right there.
There it is. I had to find it again.
Like again.
His jail is.
Yep.
His jail is one of the hardest jails to get out of, due to the fact it's one of the only jails really in the game.
Block.
But above that, it's really the problem with him. Why he's considered top 3 is due to the fact it's really just his jail and his hitbox, because his tool set, I mean, it's good, but who cares about a tool set when you got some of the best mash in the game?
Yeah, pretty much.
Who cares about a tool set? The fact we said we weren't gonna really get into team switching. What the fuck? Okay, there. Given the fact that we said we weren't gonna really get into team switching, as I just stated, really the only way, if you're trying to fight this man head up, this is what you're doing. You're support dashing that.
Pretty much. And for those who don't know how to do that, for those who are either like new to the game or like you play it but actually don't know how to adapt to that kind of stuff, pretty much what you do is you press your... for everybody, it's a different mechanic, but what you can do is... I have the default mechanic, so what I would have is triangle, my leader switch, and then X, or you could do the opposite and do a jutsu, which is then pressing O afterwards. So pretty much how it's going to work is that you're using triangle, leader switch, and then X almost repeatedly. So it's going to look like this. It's not a hard mechanic once you keep practicing it, but if you could do that, then you already might have a possibility of beating Storm 3 Kakashi.
Now, if we're going... Now, like I said, we're going to try and stray away from that due to the fact that this is not what this video is about. However... Yeah.
This is the only exception because this is Storm 3 Kakashi, and that's the only way to really get around it.
Now, if we're going into dealing with this without knowing how to do that, you're not fighting him. Don't fight him. You run away until you waste his subs. Until you get him to waste all his subs, you run away. So basically, what I mean by run away and wasting their subs is you can sit there, you can wait for them, you can just wait for them to dash. Go ahead, dash me a comment. You can just keep doing that over and over again. Yeah,
but if you're fighting people who know how to deal with that, like say do a dash real quick. Like if you have people that could easily go out with this and bait it out and then try to do like another dash, then you might have a bit of a problem, but it shouldn't be as complicated as long as you read them. See, like, I actually had the leader switch just to actually, like, get around him.
And it's just, this Storm 3 Kakashi, dealing with this guy in terms of no switching, the only way I can really tell you is you're not fighting this man unless you have...
Unless you have a full bar of subs and a really decent support setup, probably, and know how to do your item tags, probably.
Because you're not going to be able to dash this dude.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Alrighty, people, so coming at number 2, we got the infamous Nagato. Now, with Nagato, we know he's been broken for the longest time for anybody who's been playing since Storm has ever started, and he was ever into the game. He first came out in Storm 3, right? Yeah, Storm 3.
Yep.
Yeah, ever since he came out in Storm 3, he's been non-stop broken. Now, with this dude, you could easily play... He's an all-around character again. Just like similar to Pain, he's very all-rounded. You could easily do a bunch of setups. Especially the shurikens there. Those things are very annoying. You could just easily do this. Jump. You could do that. You could repeat it. Or somewhere in the middle of the combo, you could simply just do basic stuff like this. You could do easy basic stuff. And with this man, his hitbox and his reach... It's kind of what makes him annoying. He also has Almighty Push, but he also has the option of putting, what was it, Shura Attack? I don't remember what it was called. But he has 2 jutsus, but commonly we like to use Almighty Push for a defensive mechanism for the game. Now, as you see, with iPow, he's doing like the stagger with Nagato's combo with the shurikens. Now, you could hollow step into infinite with that, and it would look like this. Yeah, he did it for us. It's not hard. But to do a hollow step, it's a little harder to explain. But pretty much what you would do to do the hollow step just to continue his combo. But you don't really have to focus on that, knowing that you could just tilt into that instead. But knowing that's also a weakness, because people are just going to be like, I know what you're going to do. But another thing that really makes him annoying is Nagato's ultimate jutsu. Now with Nagato's ultimate jutsu, I could just easily do this. Oh, my bad. He gets sub, and then it's another 4 sub, literally. So it's pretty much, instead of 1 sub being wasted, you're wasting 2. And it's not that you pressed it, it's a 4 sub. It can't be helped.
Oh no, you have to press it, otherwise you get hit by it.
Really? Because when I do it once, it just does it twice for me.
Fuck no. I'm gonna tell you right now, you either sub it or you getting hit.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much a roundup of it, man. All you gotta do is... If you don't, like, pretty much the only way to actually affect that is if you move up a little close first, though. That's the thing.
No, alright, go ahead and move up closer to me when it happens.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I had to sub it at the right moment. Now, watch what's gonna happen if I sub it at the wrong moment.
Oh shit. Why is it doing that?
Basically, as you can see, the game just helped me out, but normally, in an actual match, that would have hit.
Yeah, it would have hit.
Nagato has some of the best guard pressure in the game, period. Some of the best combos in the game, period. One of the best jutsus in the game, period. One of the best ultimate jutsus in the game, period. As you can see, his grab is even nasty, period. So, also, just like Nagato has a lot of, go ahead, block. Nagato has a very good guard pressure. You can be very offensive with him. You can really do almost whatever you want. And then not only that, his tool set is great. His awakening is great. Everything about this man is great. And I couldn't even sub it. But everything about the man is just overpowered. And that's just how now I can tell you right where you can dash him. Go ahead and start mashing. That's really the only part where you're dashing at him.
Yeah.
Any other time afterwards,
you're getting hit. It's either you're getting hit or you're both getting hit. That's just how it's gonna go.
Lastly, let's get to this. Woo! This thing right here is just
this thing is fucking ugly. This is meant for like keeping your opponent at pressure. What you could have done once when the missiles started is that you could have easily dashed into him and provide more pressure.
The thing about it is if your opponent is actually a skilled player, then they'll know you don't ever do these from a far enough distance, because all your opponent is going to do is just team switch, and then the missiles will fly upwards, thus it's not even going to touch your opponent.
Right.
So what you have to do, you just actually dash them with Nagato, and because you're an awakening, you have priority over most things, and it really doesn't matter. You're just gonna do it anyway. You're just gonna catch them off guard.
Yeah, pretty much. Before we actually go to number 1, we're actually going to mention a few honorable mentions that did not actually make it to the list, but definitely have the potential to actually be in the list.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, so we're not actually going to show you guys them, but we will definitely name them, and probably some other time we'll probably show them maybe. But in the honorable mentions, we did mention Six Paths Madara, Kaguya, Minato, Shino, and Berserk Obito. Alright, so coming at number 1, now I know there's a lot of Neji fanboys probably hyped right now for the fact that Neji made it to number 1, but it's true, he's really the most OP character possible for Stone 4. He has a really broken combo mash that easily could not really be defeated all that much, and on top of that, if you have like the right team, such as the Hyuga team as a whole, we're in for a rude awakening in the right hands of a certain player. Now, with Neji, he has his air palm. Personally, that's what I would select with this Neji to make him more annoying. Sure, you could use palm rotation, but it's not going to be as effective in a competitive field unless you have like air palm. Now, air palm goes from a various range, so that kind of makes up for it and makes it fair. Now, with Neji, his mash combo... See, look, I was just like a little bit past him, and he still managed to reach me. You can blame Neji's fingertips, pretty much, people. Like, Neji's combos are all about mash. He doesn't really take... this might sound a little exaggerated when I say this, but Neji really don't take much skill at all. He's just absolute mash. He doesn't take all that much skill to deal with. All you gotta know is just the O and possibly his jutsu.
Oh, go ahead. Now, a lot of people, you guys may think it's hard to time button mash. Let me go ahead and disapprove that right now. Dash me.
See? Already, he hit me. And if I tried to definitely attack again, he definitely would have had priority.
Like, look at that. You can't... It's just, with him in an actual team setting...
Oh, also he has an infinite, too. That's what makes him annoying, too, with his down combo. And you could just easily go for another ultimate if you really wanted to for that.
And the thing about Neji as a whole, the reason why he's at number 1, you guessed it, it's his fucking hitbox. Like, you can't. The man is just nasty. Like, his first hit is not that good. It's not. But look at everything after that. Look at this man.
Yeah, it's just like.
Like, look how he extended. But his tool setup is decent. He has an infinite as well as other characters. He has a pretty good jutsu setup, regardless if it's that or if it's the air palm. Both jutsus are actually really good regardless.
But commonly, I see a lot of people just go for air palm because it's actually really effective.
And people don't even know you can do things like this.
Yeah, you could easily just pressure somebody's gut by just simply doing that mechanic, and then switch and then make it worse for them. Also, his tilt is another very annoying mechanic if you like to play somewhat of a mid-range distance.
You're not dashing through this tilt ever.
Yep. The only time you can is if you actually are like probably Minato or just a fast-paced character as a whole. The only way to really get around that is if you were actually like towards the side of him, like tilt. Like if you do something like that, probably you have a good chance. But
yeah, but if you try and dash through it, you're not random.
Yeah, but yeah, like check this out. Do the tilt. Oh, okay. What the fuck? See, like, there we go. I guess the game was just saving me for a little while. But yeah, pretty much that's all that really makes this man OP and makes it to #1 is his bullshit hitbox.
Prepare to get scarred for life.
But I'm already scarred, Papa.
And when he awakens, he's actually a menace to society. You thought everything was... You thought he...
Alright, you thought everything?
Yo, chocolate bar boy.
That's the one thing about him, is that towards the... After his first combo... Alright, that's it, I'm back. Ah. None of that shit. Ah. That shit was nasty. My turn. Ah. Ah.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it! No! Leave me alone!
Get out of here, boy.
Stay back!
Ah, come here. Ah.
Ah! As you can see, I was actually doing a pretty decent job just mashing against the combat.
Yeah.
Just by mashing circle. Like, it's just... Neji is the unrivaled best character in the game.
That's pretty much everybody in the whole list of who we think is top tier enough to actually get people to realize that these characters are OP or just very annoying to deal with. iPal, do you feel like saying anything to the people before we end our show here?
If y'all have anything, like... If y'all see any characters that y'all want to use from this video, please feel free. Now, I'm gonna tell you the only way you're fighting Neji, we never really went into that. I'll tell you, you're not fighting him. Don't fight him.
Unless you're another Neji, then that's an exception.
You're not, even if you're another Neji, you're not fighting him. Let me tell you why. If he has sub advantage or chakra advantage or whatever advantage
it's down.
That's your ass.
Yeah, pretty much, guys. That's
Neji's the type of character you fight that man when you have the advantage.
Yep. But anyways,
that advantage too.
Yep. Alright, guys, so we're gonna end the video right here. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below and what you think about our little discussion of the top 10 most OP and annoying characters to deal with in a competitive field, such as first to fives or just in rank in general. And be sure to leave a like. iPal's channel will be in the descriptions below, so be sure to check him out. And yeah, subscribe if you're also new to the channel. And that's really about it. Peace.
Do not mock the Uchiha. My eyes can see now. I've found the true path I need to follow. I want to make my own judgments. Then I'll decide what needs to be done.
Using an Imperial arms is very strenuous. It must be unbearable when you're so weak. I can end your suffering. If we can bring happiness to people by overthrowing the leadership, I know our comrades would understand!